Science classes, welcome. It's Tuesday, March 31st, and Wednesday, April 1st. Hey, that's April Fool's Day. Let's get into it. First, a couple of jokes over here. It is National Tater Day. Oh, Tori, Tater Day. Is that like Tater Tot, your sweet little dog that I just got to see on Friday? It's also National Prom Day, and fortunately, lots of students won't be going to prom this year. National Crayon Day. There you go. Do some drawing. National Bunsen Burner Day. Those are like the little burners that you see in science labs um, that, burn stuff, keep liquids warm. It's National Clams in the Half Shell Day and National Equal Pay Day. And then April 1st is April Fool's Day. Play a nice joke on somebody. Child Help National Day of Hope. And then National 1 Cent Day. I'm not quite sure what that is. National Sourdough Bread Day. Ooh, sourdough. Sourdough is a great recipe to make now. All you need is flour, and you essentially get the yeast, not from adding yeast, but from the air, because the spores go into it. My sister was trying to make a sourdough bread, but it's really good. And then National Walking Day is the first Wednesday in April. Let's get into some extra learning to next extra stuff. Um, the GeoGuessr is still up there, and then I started a Flipgrid variety virtual variety show. So show off some sort of talent to us, and you can see the Flipgrid is linked both in Google Classroom as well as on that document where we kind of are sharing our work. With GeoGuessr, I heard from Hutto. He got 5 meters away. 5 meters, really close. He was across the street. Um, so let's send any pictures you do of things on GeoGuessr to me. The retakes, if you want to retake your quiz, you can still do that. And then kiddos that I've seen at conferences the last 2 days, I told you about Corey. I got to see Tater Tot. She had another dog, Potato Chip, but he was off somewhere. And then I got to see Kaylee. So she moved from the boohoo to the woohoo list. So Kaylee, it was nice talking to you. I'm glad you had a nice 18th birthday and you're ready to vote. Wait, no, that's not the case. Some science questions that I've gotten on here. Why can the phase of the moon determine when some animals spawn? Well, I think this one was talking about the salmon and the salmon known to spawn. Essentially, they're waiting for a full moon when it's really bright. And, animals, they don't have calendars. They don't go, oh, I'll meet you Wednesday, April 1st. And so they tend to use those cues from nature. So full moons with a lot of light is one thing, and it's weird how their brains have this built in. Bird brains has navigation built into their brains too. So animals are, they sense these things in the environment. Also, a lot of animals will have spawning at high tide, and when is high tide at one of its highest? During a full moon. So there you go. Another question, if the pistil, stamen, style, and ovary and the stamen, they're essentially talking about the male and female parts. So yes, anything that's in the pistil, the stigma, the style, the ovary, and even the ovule, all those are the female parts of the plant. Plants don't really have male or female, they have both of the parts, and they're only looking to be pollinated by other pollen outside of themselves. And then the stamen part, which would be the anther, the filament, the pollen, that would be the male section of the plant. The other parts, the petals and the sepal, those are just parts of a plant. They aren't necessarily male or female. So thank you, Brooke, for that question. Um, and I saw a lot of people doing a great job labeling on their lesson number 3. If you want to see any of your Pear Decks, all you have to do is go to your Google Drive and search Pear Deck. I've been sharing them as I close the assignments out. So, which gets us into Tuesday and Wednesday. So, watch the daily video. Hey, you're doing that already. There's another Pear Deck. This is some elaborate activities. Essentially, there's a reading science about how this knowledge is used in the real world. There's also, you get to see an arborist, somebody who needs to use their knowledge in reproduction in when they're trimming trees to make sure that they're healthy. There's two different times of the year you should trim trees. Most of the time it's late fall, winter, early spring, because that helps the growth of a tree as opposed to hurt it if it's in the middle of the season, especially with flowers. And then we're gonna have a quiz next Monday and Tuesday. So the quizzes pops up here, and you can review as well in the Quizlet. So we'll have a quiz on Monday and Tuesday. We're kind of gearing up for that this week. Um, you can see all these three things also in Google Classroom, and let's kind of talk about it. So the first slide, what class are you in? This is the reading science assignment. It's about a specific species of birds and how they find mates. Um, and you get 7 paragraphs, and then there's some, questions to answer. And those are some multiple choice questions. There's also a Science Today Watch It about bees. And so you're going to watch that and answer some questions. And then there's also these are some questions. Then there's also a Career Connections, which is a video with a arborist, and you get to answer some questions about their career. Obviously, we can see how reproduction um, affects all living and non-living, or all living things. If there wasn't reproduction, if these processes were hampered, we wouldn't have any more of those species. So we definitely can see that it's important, but in relation to how it's used um, by people, and how we use fertilization, as well as animal reproduction, really important to farmers, really important to anybody wanting healthy ecosystems, because animals are going to need those places to, you know, have offspring. So if you have any questions, hop onto the Schoology conferences during the office hours. That's 9 to 11 or 1 to 2:30 every day, and I'm on there. Um, and feel free, send me some pictures, send me some things. Um, I haven't logged into Flipgrid a whole lot this past couple of days, but I'm going to start jumping on there a bit more so I can see your faces, because I'm really starting to miss some of you guys. And um, it's kind of weird. We don't know when whole thing's going to last, but I'm really glad that I get to still stay in touch with you guys, and we can still continue this learning process. So thank you very much. Hope you have a fabulous day. And if you need anything, let me know. Bye bye.